I got started in photography when I was about 15 or 16 when I got my first Canon T6i for Christmas. Before that, I had a GoPro that I used for skateboarding films. When I got the GoPro, I would go on like camping trips and stuff like that, making films, and then that's how I got into photography. I got specifically into film photography because of a lot of my friends in skateboarding were shooting it, and we were just showing each other photos and constantly taking portraits of each other skating, and that really like got me to film photography. I was shooting a lot of photos of my grandparents, and then a few years later, I moved out, and then visiting them, taking photos here and forth, and then recently taking care of them for the last few months, continuing that body of work and kind of finding a title for that, kind of that purpose of where it would fit in the space of my, photo making. But then I came to terms with there is a project with my grandparents that is like alive, and I just need to kind of document them while I'm still in Florida before I move to New York City. Definitely something that I feel like is kind of a story now coming, to a close. So it's like it's kind of like my feelings about them, not their feelings about me. You know what I mean? Because I'm like documenting them and their lives and like trying to get into their space without like abstracting from how it would be without the camera. The camera. I don't want the camera to be known. Like I am the camera, so it's like they're looking at me, not like my gaze or whatever.
What do you think?
She can't see me.
I think the move to New York is going to go well, but in terms of my relationship with my family, it could honestly be a struggle just because I've been close with them for so long. But having moved around with my family and throughout the last 10 years of my life, I've kind of been through the hardships of like long distance and learning how to cope with that. So I think it will go well for me, but for them it will definitely be a struggle. On both sides, it will be hard distance wise, but they'll always be calling and blowing my phone up. I do have familiar anxieties when it comes to moving this far away, just because they're older and I want, naturally want to take care of them, just being their grandson and like my family, my mom and like my aunts and uncles and stuff. But I'm not really pressed for time, so I'm not trying to finish it right away. Like if I was pressed for time, like I would have been like, okay, like let's do something now, like a couple of years ago. But it was like, I still live here, so I'm not gonna stop shooting. Because if I finish the book and I'm still making work of them, I can always add to it. But it's definitely something that I feel like is kind of a story now coming, to a close.